Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans. This is my perky and sassy, saucy, handsome co-host and husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, Alan. Hey, Trade in the house. Should any man be described as perky, saucy, and sassy? I'll take handsome, but the other three?
What's wrong with those? They're all positive.
Well, hey, I'm a Renaissance man. This is the year 2020. I can be perky, saucy, and sassy,
How about
I guess.
slap some compliments on your wife?
Well, you're certainly saucy and sassy, which is very beautiful.
Thank you.
And I love you so good.
I appreciate it. I'm not feeling very perky.
Oh, why? What's wrong?
Well, before I'm one of my resolutions.
Are you gassy?
No, I'm very full.
So you're gassy.
I'm not gassy, though. You can be full without being gassy. You, on the other hand, will get to your gassy issues in a minute. We'll get to it in a minute.
We need to do a public service announcement on that.
We are.
Because I didn't realize.
I've got a whole thing about that. But let me tell you first, one of my New Year's resolutions this year, because we're doing bucket list, which we're going to be a little bit broader with that in the future, I think. But I did make a few resolutions, and one of them was to cultivate new relationships, new friendships, and nurture my current friendships, right? And so last year I met a woman, and they asked me to moderate this Q&A for a woman who started her own alcohol brand, her own distillery. A female-owned distillery was like a big deal, and she's the creator of Buzz Balls. And I wasn't really familiar with Buzz Balls.
Hashtag not an ad.
It's not an ad. And so after I facilitated this Q&A and kind of did a little interview with her. Her name's Marilee Kick. Isn't that a fun name? Marilee Kick. And after that event, we were just talking, and she said, "Why don't we go to happy hour?" And I got to know her a little bit better, and then just kind of, we women sometimes let's get together again, and then life gets in the way. But when I went to the store, I saw, there's Marilee's Buzz Balls. So I started, drinking them, enjoying them immensely, sharing them with my girlfriends, drinking them on Twitter when I watched The Bachelor and on the podcast. And so I was drinking so many of them. Alan said, "Why don't you invite Marilee to come be a guest on the podcast and talk about it?" I was like, sure. When I reached out to Marilee, she was very busy. She went to Harvard.
Harvard?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She goes to a continuing business course for business owners, CEOs, some very high, powerful people in business go to this Harvard course. But anyway, I reached out to her about doing the podcast, and we decided to do happy hour tonight. And we went to this little Mexican restaurant right around the block from my house. And she was just about 5 minutes late, not a big deal. I was on time, which is rare. And I ordered one of their specialty margaritas. And it was on the rim of, it was like they're all skinny margaritas at this restaurant, but it was made with basil and cucumber and hatch chilies. And everything sounded really delicious to me, but they rimmed the glass with some hatch chilies.
What did they do?
They put salt on the rim of a margarita glass.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something else.
No, hatch chilies, and the drink also had basil and cucumber. It was delicious. And I tasted it. Oh my gosh. The after kick, it was so spicy. My lips started I could feel my lips swelling. And so I had that going on, and it was too cheap to send it back. Did you see my Instagram stories? It's on the Instagram stories.
I did not.
The drink also has dry ice in it. So the thing is bubbling, smoking, and my lips are on fire.
So you were just making this big scene at the bar.
And then Marilee shows up, and she just orders a normal person margarita. I was like, I'm going to have that next. Because I didn't know it was going to be smoking and burbling at me. I didn't know that.
Where'd y'all go?
Medea, right around the corner.
Oh.
We love it. And then they made tableside guacamole.
Yes, they do that.
Oh my gosh. And they put bacon in it. It is the best. But you sit there and you eat your weight in guacamole. I'll be honest, I'm kind of sick and full right now. My lips have finally calmed down. They're not burning anymore. But it was touch and go there for a minute. But anyway, it was lovely to catch up with Marilee. She said she'd love to be a guest on the podcast.
Okay.
I said, hey, as long as you bring some Buzz Balls. You know
yeah,
me.
that's how we're going to get
I
her
want
on.
I want some buzz balls
We want a
out
little
of
something
this.
out of this.
So anyway, it was nice, and she's just really very generous. She's a businesswoman, and hey, I'm kind of a businesswoman. She was offering me some helpful advice, mentorship. Very nice. It was a good night.
That's great, babe.
But while I am full, unlike my husband, I am not gassy.
How do you know that I'm not full? Because what did you do right before you left?
Well, you are full and gassy?
No, what did you do right before you left?
Emma Kellie came downstairs, and I said, Emma Kellie, I've got to do this. Well, I don't got to. I have to. I'm going to start changing I have the privilege of going to a happy hour early dinner with my friend Marilee. You and Alan are on your own for dinner tonight. She says, well, I want pizza. And I said, well, I made Alan actually a cauliflower crust pizza last night, which was actually very good. It was carb free because it was cauliflower crust.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
it was really good.
So I asked Alan, I said, do you care if she wants pizza? And Alan's like, I don't care as long as you order me some wings to go with it.
Yes.
So I ordered a large pizza, half pepperoni for Alan, half cheese for Emma Kellie. You could have eaten one piece of that pizza. I don't know.
Well, that's not what I chose to do.
And then, but I ordered the stuffed crust because Emma Kellie loves that cheese stuffed crust. So that's a little extra. And then Alan said, order me up a dozen of them there wings.
Yeah. So I had a fat man moment.
But that's okay. It's still early in the new year.
I had a fat man moment.
Now, on top of that, Alan has been extremely gassy.
Babe. Now, see, if I brought up something like this,
You brought it up first.
you would come unglued.
No, I wouldn't.
Babe, you can't say those. Oh, what do you? And then you'd get all butthurt at
You
me.
just brought
Go
up that
ahead.
you were gassy.
Go ahead, bring it up. I don't care.
But there's a
pull back
reason-
the kimono.
you
I don't care.
You said we're going to do a public service announcement on it. You wanted to talk
Talk
about
about
it.
everything else on this dang podcast.
Y'all
Let's talk
heard
about that too.
Y'all all know the truth. He was talking about it, and I said, I will get to it. Y'all heard him bring it up. I'm just following through.
Babe, I was like the freaking Hindenburg yesterday.
So is it over? You're done?
You know those on the Macy's Day, New Year's Day parade,
Mm-hmm.
where you see the big blimps floating over Fifth Avenue?
Yeah.
That's what I was like yesterday.
It was bad.
If you had tied a string to my big toe, you could have toted me around the house.
It was very bad.
It was like somebody put a garden hose down my throat
And filled you with air.
and filled me with air. And
But it wasn't stinky gas.
No, it was just.
It was just lots of
I
loud
have
gas.
never been blown up like that in my life, and I didn't know why. And then you asked me, "What did you eat?"
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Well,
I saw what you ate
you gave
because I
me
saw the wrappers.
You gave me this gigantic bag of sugar-free Russell Stover candies for Christmas."
Yes, because you like them a
And
lot.
Yeah, and you said, "How many did you have?" And I said, 7 or 8. And you said, "Well, I think those are supposed to be treats and
Not meals.
not meal replacements."
So here's the thing about if you've ever experienced, I found this out many years ago with sugar-free vanilla. You know those the sugar wafer cookies, those sticks that are so delicious? Well, you hear the word sugar-free, you think, I can eat as many of these as I want.
Which I tried to do.
And they're not fattening or whatever you think because they're sugar-free, right? So I sat down on a couch watching TV on a Sunday afternoon, and I basically ate an entire package of these sugar-free sugar wafers. I proceeded to involuntarily pass gas. I mean, it was so bad. The gentleman that I was there with, we were both eating these sugar wafers, we finally gave up and said, because how many times can you get up and excuse yourself from the room when it's like involuntarily happening? So we just sat there and tooted together on the couch until it was time to go. It was awful.
Who was this?
It was my ex. So anyway, that's what happened.
So you farted with somebody before me?
It was involuntary, and I don't use that word. I said tooted. So when this happened to Alan, I said, that's what happened to you. It's the sugar alcohol.
I had never experienced anything like this in my life.
I knew why. I said something about the sugar alcohol makes your stomach upset.
Babe, my stomach was distended.
It was very
It was like
bloated.
poking out.
Well, I finally decided, but why is the sugar alcohol doing that? I looked it up, and you're not going to like what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So Alan loves these sugar-free chocolates, And because I'm cheap, I signed up for like the Russell Stover because they had them at the store. I see them and they're expensive. But if you sign up for the Russell Stover website, they send you an email, and every once in a while, their sugar-free candy goes on sale for like 25% off, okay? Hey, it's a deal. And if you buy enough of it, you get free shipping. So I thought for Christmas, I'm just going to order, I had to order like $40 worth of this chocolate on sale to get the deal and to get the free shipping. But I'm like, that's going to be one of Alan's great big Christmas gifts. I put all the chocolates in a box and gave them to him. Now, these are supposed to be treats. Like if you give yourself one piece of chocolate a day, this is your treat, a sugar-free Russell Stover peanut butter cup or whatever it is.
Not 7?
Here's the deal. Unlike artificial sweeteners like sucralose, saccharin, aspartame, sugar alcohol does have calories. It does have calories.
Right.
Between 1.5 to 3 calories per gram compared to 4 calories per gram for regular sugar. So it's not that big of a savings, but with the sugar alcohol, you do cut down on the actual sugar in your diet. You don't get the tooth decay that you would normally get with regular sugar, okay? But here's the deal. They use sugar alcohol in candies, for the sugar-free candies because it's actually sweeter than table sugar. But
they taste just like regular candy.
Well,
exactly.
Gastrointestinal disruption is what they refer to this as. It is very common with sugar. It is very common with sugar-free candies, including sugar-free jelly beans.
Well, thanks for all this information now.
I knew this. I didn't think you were going to eat a bucket of them at once. Candy corn, sugar-free hard candy, and sugar-free chocolate. Because that leftover sugar alcohol gets fermented in your gut.
Fermented?
You have fermented sugar alcohol in your gut, which causes you to bloat up, have very bad gas, and all those sounds that are in your stomach, even when you're not passing the gas. So that's what's happening. So when you eat excessive foods with sugar alcohol, just know it's going to ferment in your gut. And there's your PSA for today.
Oh, God. Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know you were going to eat
usually
7 pieces at once.
But here's the deal. Usually I just have 3, and I'm fine. I don't blow up like a hot air balloon.
You met your threshold.
Yeah, but last night I had like 7. I had a fat man moment. That's 2 fat man moments in 2 days.
We're just in a different frame of mind right now. They actually say it could also cause diarrhea if you eat way too much.
Well, I don't know. I went over to see my mom and dad today. My mom said I look great. She goes, "How'd you lose your belly?"
You should have tooted it all out.
Well, she said, "How'd you lose your bill," which is Filipino for belly. And I said, "Well, I didn't know I had a bill before, Mom, but thanks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the FDA requires products containing 50 grams, that's almost 2 ounces of sugar alcohol, sorbitol, to carry the warning, excess consumption may have a laxative effect.
Well.
And also, just because it's sugar-free doesn't mean it's calorie-free. Remember that. It's not that significantly a decrease in calories. So you might be just loading up on sugar-free without reading the calories and gaining weight. And you're like, why? All I'm eating is sugar-free stuff. You're not eating calorie-free stuff. Sugar-free does not mean calorie-free. So those are things to keep in mind.
Well, no. No. Similarly, and we'll do this, I've got a list of foods to avoid.
To make you not go.
Well, the worst foods, worst foods for digestion. I'll go through those quickly here after this.
Oh, great. I can't wait. You know what? What I get a lot of compliments on, and I thank you very much because people are always complimenting me on my skin. Kelly, what do you do? Well, BioClarity is a clean, green skincare brand that has products that just work. Their routines were made to help keep your skin glowing, young, looking healthy, using only natural, gentle ingredients. You don't need those harsh scraping, scrubs and chemicals to have great skin. And what I love about the BioClarity is it also helps with my redness. I tend to go really red around my nose and my cheeks. I battle that when I eat spicy things and things like that. But BioClarity helps even out skin texture and does help with redness, hyperpigmentation, and things like that. With BioClarity, they've got 2 routines to fit your skincare needs. First, they've got the clear skin routine for oily or breakout prone skin. That's not me. I use the essentials routine. That's the second one for normal skin and for everyday use. But both routines consist of easy to use 3 steps. You just need 3 steps. You don't need 20 bottles of lotions and potions. And these will help improve the look and feel of your skin. Plus, they're packed full of detoxifying nutrients. They also include a super special ingredient found only in BioClarity called Floralux. It's made from the chlorophyll from plants. When you put this on, not only does it help with redness and the skin texture, that's what's helping with that. It goes on green, but when you smooth it out, it goes clear into your skin. I think it's made a huge difference in my healthy glow. Don't you believe so, honey? If you had to compliment me, would you call me healthy, radiant, and glowing?
I absolutely would. I love that about your skin. And, right now our listeners can save 15% off everything on the BioClarity website. That's an incredible deal, but you need to enter our code SANDWICH at checkout. So go to bioclarity.com and get 15% off everything. Everything. That means everything on their website when you use our code SANDWICH at checkout.
And they have a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. So what do you have to lose? Except for that redness and hyperpigmentation.
Redness and hyperpigmentation.
Get rid of that.
Okay, babe. Worst foods for digestion. Here's what you need to avoid, folks, if you're having those problems which we described before the advertisement. Fried foods.
Well,
they're high in fat.
Why live?
They're high in fat. Choose roasted or baked foods with light sauces.
Boring.
Instead of high-fat foods with rich, creamy sauces.
There are some things I will only eat fried. One of them being okra.
Number 2, citrus.
And okra is healthy.
Okra and Stedman. Number 2, citrus fruits. They're high in fiber, so they can give you an upset stomach. Go easy on oranges, grapefruits, and other citrus fruits.
Those are good for you. They help ward off colds.
Number 3, artificial sugar, which is what got me.
You used...
Chewing too much sugar-free gum made with sorbitol.
That's it.
Might give you cramps and diarrhea.
That's it.
Okay.
We just went all through that. Yeah.
Number 4, too much fiber. That is not a problem of ours because that would infer
Block
that
us
we're
up?
eating. No, that would infer that we're eating a lot of, or suggest we're eating a lot of vegetables.
We have eaten more vegetables in the past than we have recently. I buy so many vegetables, put them in the bin, and take them out 3 weeks later, slimy blobs, and throw them away. So wasteful.
So whole grains and vegetables, good for digestion. If you eat too many of them, could have that other problem.
Everything's bad for you if you eat too much of
Number
it, right?
5, beans. Loaded
yeah.
with protein and fiber. They also have high to digest sugars.
Hard or high?
Sorry, hard to digest sugars.
Well, they even made a whole product to combat beans called Beano,
that can
right?
cause gas and cramping.
I was looking to see if by some miracle we had Beano in the house last night and we didn't.
I needed a big needle.
Bean, no.
Number 6, cabbage and its cousins.
Love cabbage.
The cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage have the same sugars that make beans gassy. Yeah, how about that? It will be easier on your stomach if you cook them instead of eating raw.
No, but they're so good.
Okay. Number 7, fructose. Foods sweetened with this, including, no wonder. I drink about 10 root beers a day. Foods sweetened with, including sodas, candy, fruit juice, and pastries are hard for some people to digest. Number 8, spicy foods.
What is the point of living if you can't have this stuff?
It all
it's
gives
just
you
about
gas.
eating too much of it, right?
Studies suggest that the hot ingredient in chili peppers called capsaicin may be a culprit. Number 9, this is a no-no for me anymore. Hate to be that guy, but I'm lactose intolerant. Dairy products, they trigger diarrhea, bloating, and gas. And number 10.
Oh my God, how many more are there?
Just one. Hey, this is 2 less than your horoscope things.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
Number
just
10,
so upset. There's nothing left to eat.
Peppermint. It can relax the muscle at the top of the stomach, which lets food move back into your esophagus. That can cause heartburn. Other culprits include chocolate and coffee. That's from WebMD, folks. So basically,
What's left? Water.
chicken breasts and water.
I don't like that list.
You will have no gas if you just go with chicken breasts, water, and corn.
No, corn is bad, isn't it?
Lettuce.
Corn is
Corn's
carbs.
hard to digest.
And yeah,
Well,
it just goes right through you,
They
right?
call it the vegetable of tomorrow.
Yeah, right. What's the point?
I'll see you tomorrow.
So anyway, there's that.
That was one of the...
Take it easy on everything. Everything in moderation, I think, will be just fine. They were interviewing a man on the news the other day, and he was like 107 or something. And he was in great shape. He was talking just like I'm talking. His mind was quick. He's talking a little slow, but he was very quick. And they said, what's your secret and stuff? He said, just do everything in moderation. Eat in moderation, drink in moderation, go out and just everything in moderation. No extremes.
That's not how we roll.
We're all or nothing people.
We roll balls to the wall. Either people are saying, oh, you guys look too skinny. Good grief, Kelly, you need to gain some weight. Alan, what happened to you? Why are you wearing them skinny jeans? Holy moly, look at you. Looks like you lost 50 pounds. Are you sick? It's either that.
That's how they all sound.
In my head.
They're just concerned.
It's either that or we look like that picture that was taken of us on the beach that one time.
Or on the cover of Plano Profile.
Yeah,
the day before we started our diet.
The picture behind me right now with that gigantic pumpkin head. Look at how the headphones are stretched out. They won't even fit on that head.
Oh, but we're in love.
That's right, babe.
And that's what counts. Speaking of being in love, it's January. And it's that time of year when the dating websites are, this is the time to get on there. I think we even mentioned this last time, right? This is the time to give it a chance. Online is how Alan and I met. We met through Bumble. We don't get paid by Bumble, but we just tell you that's how we met. But people meet through other, I had a guy reach out to me because he wasn't on Bumble through LinkedIn and asked me out, which I thought
What?
Yeah.
He was being all lecherous through LinkedIn?
He wasn't lecherous. He was very nice in his approach. He's like, hey,
That's a professional website. It's not a, hey, can I ask you out website.
Well, it worked. I went out with him.
Wow.
It wasn't a love connection, but I went out because he was like, I listened to your show, and he sent me his picture and his profile and everything. I was like, well, it's the same thing as, being we went to a public place just like I would if I'd met him on Bumble. It was still online.
I preferred to do it the classy way. Bumble.
You're on Tinder too, right? I was on Tinder too.
Yeah, I was on Tinder too.
But anyway,
and plenty of fish.
There's a little tip for people if you are looking for love online, if you're, right in the heart of it. Now listen, you've got to give it more than 2 or 3 tries. I hear from women that say, I tried it, but it didn't work for me. How many dates you go on? 3. Well, you didn't try. You got to give it a good effort. Make it almost like part-time job. That's what I did. But according to theleague.com, if you're looking for love online, snap a few photos with your mother. Dating app users who have at least one photo with their mother. Now, this is not your profile photo. You should put up more than just one photo. Like Alan and I have talked about in the past. We should do a whole other tutorial since people are getting back online, Alan. We should do a online dating podcast again to refresh people's memories, or just find the one and tell you which one to go back and listen to it. But you have to do that good headshot that grabs their attention. Good energy, very flattering, and also recent within the past 6 months to 1 year, I say. Then there needs to be the full body shot. There needs to be a shot of you doing something you love. And they're saying include a shot with your mother, because people who have at least one picture with mom experience a 7% higher match rate than those who didn't have one. Some may take it as a sign that you're a mama's boy if you're a guy doing that, but this kind of photo shows that family is important to you. And there's nothing wrong with showing appreciation for the woman who gave you life and showing I'm proud of my mom. And they also say how a man treats his mother is a good sign of how he'll treat you. They say that. So try adding on a picture in all your pictures, just one with mom, and see if that helps.
I've never heard that tip before, but you have a statistic that makes it sound like it's correct.
It's worth it. Why not?
7% higher match rate,
Just 7%, but every little bit helps.
I don't know. I want to post my mom's picture out on a dating website.
I'll tell you the things that I would not even swipe on.
They might want to date her.
I know a lot of
that one time my mom was at your launch party for EK and me, and bad influence Jeff make some lewd comment about my mom.
About your mother or to your mother?
He was just joking. He said something about her being hot, which really makes me uncomfortable.
Your mother is very attractive.
Well, I agree, but you don't want to hear that from...
great personality.
You don't want to hear that from bad influence Jeff.
But the thing I found about online dating is I know you're putting yourself out there, but and you're afraid of what's going to happen. But a lot of men I found mostly would not include a shot of their faces. They would show a shot of their car, or they'd show a shot of the beach. And I guess they're thinking, hey, this will show that I like to go on beach vacations. Or they think women only care about your car anyway. No, we want to see your face. But it has to be a recent photo.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. 6 months to a year. That was my rule, 1 year. But anyway, there's just a little tip for online dating. If you have, any success with it, we'd love to hear from you, because we want all of our podcast family members to find love in 2020 if that's your heart's desire.
Well, a lot of our podcast family already has love.
A lot of them don't.
True.
And your point?
I don't know. Some of this doesn't apply to the ones who already have love.
Well, if you have love, then that's great.
Yeah. Or maybe you have love and you're looking for more love. Hey, there's some people out there. There's some people out there like that.
Man, you know what I'm finding out? That's more and more common.
Whoa.
We did a segment on swingers too, but apparently this is a very common practice.
Swinging?
Yes.
Well,
I'm finding out more and more that people have open marriages.
We've talked about this on the podcast before.
I don't know necessarily that means that they swing.
Whoa.
Because that implies that you're all in the same room, right? But I think a lot more people are having open marriages, like where you
hold that thought. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Why? You got to go
because we're about to run out of power here.
Oh, Alan, he does this all the time. He starts the podcast and doesn't plug in the. So I'll keep talking while he's gone. But I'm thinking, what I'm hearing and what I'm understanding, and from people's side conversations, is there is a couple I know last year, and somebody just came to me very matter of factly was like, well, yeah, they're swingers. Everybody knows that. I'm like, I didn't know that. How do you know that? Well, don't you notice this and that and the other? And then suddenly everything they did, I'm like, oh, yeah, definitely. So then everything they do, if they look at me sideways, I'm like, oh, swingers. He wants to swing with me, that kind of thing. You get paranoid. But I think a lot more people are having open relationships because you still like the comfort. You've got a good relationship with your husband or wife. You're comfortable in that, but you just don't get turned on anymore. And you're not ready to put that part of your life to bed. Well, I guess you do want to put it to bed. You want to take it to bed.
You're not trying to put a down low feeler out there, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I think it's a lot more prevalent than what we realize. There's a lot more open marriages and swingers out there than we care to imagine.
Yeah, some people are into that. I've told you this story before. It's been a long time. It's been probably a couple of years. But I have been approached.
I know. I've argued with you that I think you were misguided. I think you were misinterpreting. But Alan swears he was invited to swing.
When you're invited to a married couple's hotel room to get in the hot tub, that ain't just to hang out.
But see,
it's to hang out, but not just to hang out.
If my friends asked me to go sit in their hot tub, I wouldn't think anything of it. I think, if you were out of town or something, you're like, Kelly, we don't want you to be at home by yourself tonight. Why don't you come over and let's watch Netflix? And hey, while we're sitting around, you want to get in the hot tub? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't bring my bathing suit. That's okay. Then I'd think there was something wrong, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like that. It was, hey, why don't you come up and hang out with me and my wife in the hot tub? Well, yeah, she really wants you two.
Okay, now you're adding to this
No,
story.
I'm not. I am not. Babe, I
swear.
swear.
You've never added that. I'm going to go back and listen to that pod. I'm going to find that podcast.
You can go back and listen to that other podcast. But that was...
He said he said she wants you to.
I heard that through the husband. She really wants you to. And excuse me? She
wants you to what? Come just hang out because she thinks you're funny?
Yeah, just come hang out.
Because she thinks you're funny.
That's it. She thought I was funny.
And how did you get out of that swinging situation?
I just said very politely, no thank you.
You were firm. Well,
I was firm,
well,
all right.
I'm all offended because I've never been approached.
Well, this was...
Or maybe I haven't. I don't even know it.
And this was as a single man. This was as a single man. I was asked to hang out.
If you were a married man and was asked, you still say no.
That'd be pretty bold, too. Either way, it'd be bold.
I don't know. Maybe I have been approached and I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, we know people. If you wanted to float that air biscuit out there, they'd be all over it.
We do?
Not naming names.
We do?
Yeah, we most certainly do.
You don't know the couple I was talking about.
No, I don't know the couple you were talking
about.
Who
are you talking about?
Well, I can't give any details because somebody may know who I'm talking about.
Who are you talking about?
I'm not going to say.
Do I know them?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Have they tried to see if you're interested?
No.
How do you know?
I can't believe you don't know who I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Okay, let's move on to the next subject. Here, I have some stuff.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to think about anything else until you tell me who that is.
Except for swinging, huh? Okay, we got a letter here, babe.
Is it about swinging?
Nope. It's about pet peeves.
My pet peeves, my husband teases me with information and didn't tell me.
This one is from Randy. She says... Hey, Kelly and Alan. This one kind of caught me by surprise. I was interested. She says, I have been catching up on your old podcasts. I'm currently listening to one from about last summer.
That's probably the episode where Alan told his first swinging story, but go ahead.
And I got to an episode about pet peeves. I found a couple of funny things, bones of contention on your pet peeves list. So funny because my husband and I have argued about the same things. And there's a reason I'm bringing these up. We're going to get into that too. Number one, taking food off another's plate. I'm on Alan's side with this one. My husband grew up with a family who always shared food at restaurants. They would just offer a chunk of their steak or French fries to anyone interested and feel free to reach over with a fork to take something off another's plate.
Because we're family.
I can't stand this. I order what I want to eat and rarely offer anyone my food and usually do not accept food from anyone else's plate. If someone wants a taste of mine, I will share, but I expect to be asked first out of respect, even by my husband. Randy, you get me, I get you. Number two.
I have no comment.
She says, air conditioning and the heater in the car. I'm on Kelly's side with this one.
Thank you.
My husband tends to turn the AC heater on full blast, wind tunnel style right away. I hate the sound this makes with all the air rushing around and only allow it in extreme temperatures. And I also don't like air blowing on my face, drying out my eyes, chapping my lips. All of this chaps my
rear
end. It makes much more sense to let set the dial to the desired temperatures and face the vents another direction.
Thank you.
To cool down or heat up the ambient air without the air blowing directly onto my skin. Just thought you guys want some extra perspective. Love listening. You can use my name, Randy.
All right, Randy. This is the biggest fight Alan and I have, and it's about the temperature and the settings in the car. Number one thing Alan does that physically makes me uncomfortable is he likes to ride with his window down, and he'll crack it somewhat. And I don't want my window down. And he thinks I am the only person on the planet that has this problem. So please, somebody back me up. If this happens to you, please back me up so Alan doesn't think I am the weirdest, most difficult person to get along with.
Too late.
But if we're driving down the highway, it's not like you're riding in the neighborhood just kind of cruising at 10 miles an hour in a neighborhood. Riding in a highway full speed and he cracks his window, it creates this unbelievable pressure in my ears and in my head. It's like air pressure, like when you're going in the plane, that kind of air pressure. I'm like, Alan, I have to crack my window, and then now it's just loud and awful, and wind's blowing around in my hair. I hate it. I hate it. And he thinks I am the only person that has this experience if he has his window down and mine's up. So somebody please back me up on that. That's one of our fights.
Okay,
The other fight is the auto.
Here's my version of what she just described.
Okay, go ahead, but I'm telling the truth.
Imagine, well, I'm going to tell the truth too. Imagine two people on a nice, sunny, 75-degree spring or fall day, driving down a residential street, going
I'm not saying residential.
30 miles an hour.
I'm saying a highway.
40 miles an hour. Maybe even 50, maybe even 50 miles an hour.
That's too fast for
and
this.
then the windows are cracked because it's a beautiful day. You can hear birds.
Your window's cracked.
You can hear birds chirping. The sun is coming. The wind is coming through the windows. And the passenger, you would think she is strapped into a freaking Saturn rocket and being shot out of our atmosphere.
It hurts.
This is what I hear. This is what I hear.
Alan, can you please shut the window? It hurts. It hurts my head.
And I do. I just don't understand how two people just out for a nice Sunday drive, it goes from a nice Sunday drive to Kellie being on a Saturn rocket being shot to the moon. The tremendous pressure she feels.
Inner ear pressure. It is uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Okay. I don't understand. It doesn't affect me.
I like to be comfortable. What is so...
Okay. Get to your number two. I got a lot of stuff to go through.
The number two is Alan's auto. This is his thing with a car. He sets the temperature. If he wants his car to be 74 at all times. So sometimes you'll get into a really hot car, and so the air is blasting out super, super fast till the car cools off to 74, and then the air dies down, right? My liking is I want the air to be super cold, but I want it to come out slow. I don't want it beating in my face, drying my eyes out, making my lips chapped, everything that Randy just complained about. And Alan gets so mad at me when I do that, when I adjust the temperature cold and the airspeed cold. He's like, just leave it on auto. Eventually, it will get to that temperature where you want it to be. I don't like that.
Then why wouldn't you do that at home? It's always on auto at home.
The wind is not blowing in my face at home.
So you'd rather be hot longer.
You put it on the temperature as cold as it'll go is what I do. And then when it cools off, I have the fans off my face.
Yeah, you put it as cold as you'll go, but it's not blowing out with any force. We've been through this a million times.
You act like this is such a huge ordeal just to hit a couple buttons. This is
Well,
our big fight, everybody.
We're going to agree
This is
to
our
disagree.
big fight.
Now, here's the deal. Here's the reason and that letter was very timely, but here's the reason I read that letter. And you guys did a bit on the nationally syndicated Kid Graddick Morning Show this morning.
That's what we
about,
talked about.
What was it? Annoyances? Things that annoy you?
Yeah, things that you're, because Anna, who's on our show, her boyfriend is long distance, but he was home down here for Christmas for like 2 or 3 weeks, and suddenly he was there all the time, and she's like, do you find anything annoying about me? And he was like, immediately, yeah, I find this and this annoying about you. And she was caught off guard by that. And
so
that brought up what we ignored.
Kellie shoots me a text and says, hey, we're doing a bit for the radio. I need to know what annoys me, what annoys you about me. And really, I had a hard time thinking of you first said, what annoys you that I do at home? And then I couldn't think of anything really that you do that's super annoying
But then you thought of the air conditioner.
But I thought of the air conditioner, but we've talked about that before. So I found a list. People love lists.
You heard what I said was annoying about you, didn't you, on the air?
Which was it?
I said you always leave your one bathroom drawer open as far as it will go every night. I don't know why you do that. Why do you do that?
I don't know.
He has one bathroom drawer that he leaves open as wide as it'll go, and it's the one I have to walk around to get to my sink. And he does it every night before bed. He leaves it open as wide as it'll go. And I don't know why you do it. I don't say anything. I just kind of shut it and don't say anything. And then another thing he does is he never drinks about the last inch of water in a bottle and leaves the bottles around. So I go around the house, and there's all these water bottles with about an inch of water in the bottom of them.
Give it to Larry.
I do, but that's the two things.
Okay. So I have a list here of common annoyances
that people mostly complain
that
about
people
their spouses.
Complain about a lot, and I want us to. And we don't have to go through all of them, but I'll read some of these, and you tell me if you think I do it, you do it, we both do it, or neither one of us does it, and if it's an annoyance to you at all.
Okay, I can do that.
Right?
I can do that.
Okay. First one is humble bragging. That's not, neither one of us does that really.
Well, you accuse me of dropping a dime all the time, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't think
that's a bit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm humble bragging.
No,
when I
you're I'm doing a bit when you do that.
Okay, so I'm not a humble bragger.
Yeah, like if you say I went and picked up my Gracie and then I got another award, I would say dime, but you don't.
Yeah.
You're not bragging.
Okay, thank you. No,
Okay.
we don't do that.
Starting an order with "Can I get a?"
What's wrong with that?
You don't think that's annoying?
No, I don't think anything about
May
that.
I please have a?
Oh my gosh, you're talking manners.
Okay. So I guess you don't have a problem with that. I don't really either. And this isn't a list I came up with.
Who's this list
This is a
from?
list of the general population.
You just Googled most annoying things?
Yes. Not holding the door for the person behind you.
Yes, that's very annoying
That
and
is
rude.
very annoying. I do that every time.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what's kind of annoying is when you do it, and like if I have a big group of ladies behind me, I'll stop and open the door, and if there's a bunch of them, a bunch of ladies, they'll all go through, which is fine. But then if not one of them
I know.
looks and says thank you or even acknowledges that I'm standing there,
I know.
then I start feeling like I'm the doorman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Please say thank you when somebody holds a door. I'm trying to teach that to Emma Kelly the other day. A man held the door for both of us, and I said thank you, and Emma Kelly didn't. And I say, you always say thank you. You said thank you. No, you say thank you too. I'm trying to beat that in her. Physically beat her.
Singing along to a song in the car like you're trying to win a Grammy.
Well, I sing in the car.
Annoying?
Not when I'm the one singing.
Okay. What about me?
No, you don't do it annoying.
Because
I don't think.
because I'd prefer to hear the artist sing.
Yeah.
Because the artist is the one that
Yeah, that's what you say.
They're the
you
one
think-
that won the Grammy.
Yeah, that's the kind of crap you say.
Oh.
That's what Alan does that's annoying. I'll be at a concert. All these things, yes. I'll be at a concert and I'm listening to Duran Duran or Bon Jovi and I'm singing along and Alan will look at me and say, I paid to hear Bon Jovi sing.
Yes. He didn't win a Grammy, but he was nominated for the Grammy.
Maybe he did win. I don't know.
I don't think Bon Jovi's won a Grammy.
I don't know. But I know you're annoying when you tell me, I didn't pay to hear you sing.
Okay. How about looking at your phone when you're talking to someone in person?
That's rude.
That
It is rude. And I'm
annoying.
guilty. I'm guilty sometimes. I'm trying to do better and be more cognizant of that.
I think you did that to me yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Well, you were just talking too long.
Because I asked you what in the Sam Hill you were doing. Okay.
I was Googling something you said.
Constantly tapping your legs or feet.
You do that all the time.
Annoying?
You do it in bed too. You do it. He does his foot. He just.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, but you do it in bed. You lie down and you just start tapping your foot underneath the covers. So not only you're tapping your foot, the whole covers are going boom, 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 boom. I've never said anything to you about it. Not once, have I?
Sometimes you tell me to stop.
Do I?
Yeah, you tell me to cut it
Oh,
out.
I've only said it to you a couple of times, haven't I?
Yeah. How about parking too close to the line in a parking lot?
Yeah, I get on you about that sometimes when you pull in. You need to repark, honey.
Yeah.
Because it just throws the whole thing off. Because if you park too close, the next person's going to park a little further, and by the time the whole system is thrown off, right?
So what you're saying is I do a few of these.
You do? Well, I do too, apparently.
Okay. How about talking at the movies?
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long
who
as
does that?
Well, I do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, what did he say? I didn't hear what he said, that kind of thing. But I'm not carrying on a whole conversation like, what do you think he meant by the...
Or to expand on this one, you'll grab me and like put your arms all around me.
I'm into the movie.
And pull me and stick me with your hand. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Tell me what happens. Okay, I'm going to look. Okay, tell me what happens.
You don't like that. You don't like me looking to you for comfort to protect me. You don't like that? Because I think I can find somebody who would.
Okay, that guy that used to fart with a lot. Going to an express checkout with more than 10 items.
Well, I've done that with if you have 12, I mean, come on.
So what's the threshold?
Well, the threshold is ridiculousness.
So it's okay to cheat if you just cheat by a little bit.
But it's 10 is okay.
It says 10 or fewer.
Okay, so are you really, if you have 11, you're not going to go?
It says 10 or fewer.
It's one thing to do 12 things. It's another thing to do 23, right? Are
Okay.
you with me?
So cheating by 2 is okay. Cheating
Yes, it's
by
like going 10 miles over the
Cheating
speed
by
limit.
13
it's
is
like going
not
just
okay.
a little bit over the speed limit.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. You're a rules follower to an extent.
To an extent.
Uh-huh. RSVPing at the last minute.
I'm guilty of that sometimes because sometimes I just don't know.
You RSVP for us, so I never do that.
That's right. That's annoying.
What's annoying?
Make me do everything.
No, I make you RSVP because you're the one that's getting invited to everything, not me. Okay, here's the classic. We can debate this both ways. The toilet seat thing. The toilet seat thing. I don't know when the toilet seat became, and you can send any of your comments to podcast@kellyanallen.com. When did the toilet seat, the default position, become down? Because in our house, in our bathroom, we both use the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So why, I'm just asking, it's down in our house, but I'm asking as a general rule, why does the default position have to be down? Because when I go in there, I have to raise it.
Right. Well, let me just put it this way.
So why can't the default position be up?
Because 100% of the time, women have to sit down. 50% of the time, men have to sit down.
Not true.
So just by default,
Not true.
the majority of the time, it needs to be down.
First of all,
Or you could learn to pee sitting down.
it's not half and half for me. I sit once a day.
I'm just saying.
I stand probably 10 times a day.
Okay, but I'm just saying, the majority of the people in this house sit. And the one time that I went like in the dark one time and you left it up and I almost fell in.
This is what
and I was like,
all the time.
thank goodness, because I have fallen in before.
This is what
and
I
it's
hear.
not fun.
You ever sat on a toilet seat where the seat's up, you sit in the pee, and
You
blah,
fall
blah, blah?
right in.
Well, same thing for me. What if I went in there in the dark and I can't see and I'm peeing all over a toilet seat that's down?
But
You
you're
wouldn't
not-
be happy about
that's
sitting on
if
that.
the lid was down.
Right.
But I don't put the lid down. I put the seat down.
The seat, yeah. I got to raise the seat when I go.
Oh, come on. It ain't that big of a deal.
Then let's put it down.
Leave it down.
I mean,
yes.
no, let's put it up. Sorry.
right.
Let's put it up.
And just wipe it off.
If
with
it's
the
not a
drill.
big deal, let's put it up.
Because I'll fall in.
Okay, then I'll pee on
I
the
don't
seat.
understand why men have such a hang up about that.
Then I'll pee on the seat.
Get a urinal. Let's install a urinal.
Or like they used to have at the Starplex, like a trough.
Let's do that.
A big trough that
Why don't you
everybody
just pee in
you
the
just stand next
bathtub?
there to 50 guys peeing. How about sniffing loudly instead of blowing your nose?
Well, sometimes this is lazy. I don't want to get up and go get a Kleenex.
When blowing you're not you, but when
In general,
when I hear people blow their nose, when it really wants to make me almost dry heave, when I'm eating. If I'm eating and someone starts blowing their nose at the table,
Well, yeah, you need to
I
excuse yourself
almost
for
want
that.
to throw up.
Unless you're like in the middle of like a really spicy margarita that's making your lips on fire and your nose is running. Let's get back to your list after this.
People love lists.
Ring's mission is to make neighborhoods safer. And you might already know about their smart video doorbells and cameras that protect millions of people everywhere. You see about on the news where, bad things are avoided, good things are happening. I love that the Ring cameras are capturing these little happy moments between people. I just love Ring cameras, but they do help you stay connected to your home also anywhere in the world. So if you're traveling and there's a package delivery or a surprise visitor, you'll get an alert on your phone. You'll be able to see, hear, and even speak to them all from your phone. And thanks to the high definition video, the two-way audio features on Ring devices, it's crystal clear. It's like they don't even have to know you're not home. You can say, oh, I'm upstairs. I'm up to my, elbows watching the dog or something. Can you just leave it? They don't know you're in Paris on vacation, right? We love the Ring devices. When I'm home alone and I'm not expecting somebody and that doorbell rings, it sends a chill up my spine, but I could just look at the Ring device like, oh, it's just Amazon delivering another package. Nothing to fear. I don't know how you can't have a Ring device in this day and age. I think it's really important for your personal safety and for the good of the community as well.
And as a listener, you have a special offer on a Ring starter kit available right now. With a video doorbell and a motion-activated floodlight cam, the starter kit has everything you need to build a ring of security around your home. Just go to ring.com/sandwich. That's ring.com/sandwich.
Don't be the last one in your neighborhood to get a ring. Be like a trendsetter.
I don't know what we do without our ring. I've
Either.
really
Love
become
it.
very, very familiar with
Very
it.
dependent on it.
Very dependent on it. Okay, let's go through a few more of these, babe. See how many more of these we do. How about standing too close to other people in line?
Well, there is a personal space issue. I think you need to respect that. Sometimes you just can't help it if you're in a crowd, everybody's pressing forward. But if you're in a checkout line or something, there, just back up just a little bit.
I had a guy the other day, no kidding. I'm standing in line, and this sumbitch almost has. I can feel him, and I turn around, and he's much shorter than me. So like the top of his head's about where my shoulder is, but he could almost rest his chin on my shoulder.
Did you say something?
No. I took one step forward and kind of looked back, and he's just standing there. I'm like, why did you? I don't understand what you're doing. Why would you do that?
Maybe he was a swinger.
No, I know them. I know them.
Maybe that's a sign of a swinger.
I know them.
The chin on the shoulder trick.
I've got good swinging.
And then when you didn't respond, he's like, oh, man, I
I've
missed
got
another one.
really good swinging radar. Not only did I know that I was being prospected that one time, but we have people we know.
You're going to tell me.
I'd put in
who
a
it
phone
is.
call right now. We could have us a little pod over here. That's all I'm saying.
Are you serious?
Yes, absolutely yes. Yes.
Have they said something to you?
No.
Then how do you know?
I can't believe you're
So if you called them and said, come
believe-
over and let's swing, I mean, I don't think it would be that. You wouldn't just say that, right? You'd have to ask if they want to get in the hot tub. Is that like code?
I don't know what the code
How
is.
would you even broach the subject?
Other than the pineapple,
That's
I don't
the
know what
thing.
the code is.
How do you broach the subject?
And isn't there's some kind of ring you're supposed to wear?
I don't remember.
Like
I know there's a pineapple.
Yeah, but isn't there
And
a black ring?
Pampas
or something?
grass.
Yeah, pampas grass and a pineapple and like a black ring or
There's
something.
some sort of ring. Yeah, I forget. We did a whole show on the swinging, but the only thing I can remember is pampas grass and pineapples.
Okay, starting a sentence with no offense.
Good, because you're getting ready to offend me.
Is that
If
annoying?
you say
do you
no
do that?
offense, but you're getting ready to say something that's going to offend me. So yeah, that's annoying.
Running late.
I'm always late. I'm horrible. Horrible. I'm 15 minutes late.
And this is something I don't understand because
But tonight I was on time for
you
my dinner.
always start getting ready really early.
I know.
But I think there's a lot of dawdling going on,
It's a lot of distraction.
a lot of checking social media.
It's not about checking social media necessarily.
You're
it's
killing
about
slugs, babe.
not while I'm getting ready.
Yeah, you are.
Not while I'm getting ready.
You're always playing that. I mean, if you're going to play a game, play Best Fiends. Hashtag ad.
Not this time it wasn't. That was a freebie.
Here's one that it annoys me. Posting vague status updates on social media.
So annoying.
Why do
That's
people do that?
so annoying because you're attention seeking and you're annoying. Y'all, just pray.
Prayer warriors?
Just pray.
The prayer warriors?
Pray about what? Just pray.
Mm-hmm.
Or what was like, I can't even think of any right
No,
now
that's
that is so
usually the
annoying.
one
You
we
were, or
see,
something about how, I don't know, something about just their state of mind is like, I just don't know.
Yeah, it's vague.
How,
It's just too vague.
just too vague.
It's just
It's
too
so vague I can't even think of an example.
Right.
That's annoying when you can't think of an example of what you're trying to illustrate.
Bringing pungent food to work.
It's horribly rude. But see, some people would say, but I like the smell. Some people like the smell of, popcorn. But for a lot
Blackened
of people,
Cajun salmon with curry rice on the side.
it's not appropriate.
Heat it up in the microwave.
Yeah, seafood at work is just a no-no.
You know what used to drive me nuts at work was when people burn the popcorn.
That's the thing. It's
Do people
about
do that
burning
at your work?
Well, it's an accident. So the popcorn.
Well, it's always an accident.
Yeah. So some people have banned popcorn at their offices. It's just banned altogether. I guess because of the burning issue. But yeah.
Oh, here's one. I know somebody that does this too. Talking incessantly about your diet.
Well, we're guilty of that.
No, we're not.
When you are in the middle of being on a diet,
Like the first week.
we talked about
Not
it all
like
the,
a year
no,
later.
Okay, you don't think you were annoying because you were doing it. We talked about it all the time.
People were asking
People
me.
do that.
People were asking me.
You do that. Everybody does that. And when you're losing weight, you suddenly get real judgy about everybody else that's not losing weight. You're like, oh, I'm losing weight. Why can't you lose weight and be like me? I figured it out.
That's annoying.
Well, that's the way we were. Everybody does that, though, when you're in the middle of a diet, right? You talk about it all the time.
Okay, just a couple more here.
Oh, my gosh.
How about leaving... Oh, no. Not replacing the toilet paper roll.
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
Hey, guilty.
Yeah, you do that
But I don't understand
sometimes.
why. It's not hard to do.
Right, so why don't you do it?
Because I figure you'll do it.
Exactly.
You know, we even have those fancy paper towel holders. I don't know if you've ever
Toilet paper holders.
seen these guys, but ours, the two things that come out of the wall.
So great.
Yeah, well, ours is a hinge, so it just folds up.
One side of the arm comes up, yes.
Take the thing off, pop the new one on, close it.
It's not that stupid spring
yeah,
thing.
so we really have no excuse to do it.
Well, we have one
not do
bathroom
it.
that still has the spring thing, and we need to
Every
redo
other
that.
bathroom has this hinge.
Oh, that hinge,
That thing's
y'all.
greatness.
The next time you have to replace a toilet paper holder, get one with the hinge. You just lift it up, pop the thing on. There's no spring involved.
Yeah, that thing's great.
Awesome. You don't think those little things will bring you joy? Every time I change the toilet paper roll, it gives me a little spark of joy because it's so much easier than that stupid spring thing. It's the little things, really.
Okay, last one. Putting something back on the wrong shelf at the store.
Well, I look at that, and I am guilty every once in a while of doing it. It depends on what I've got going on. I am the kind of person that I am so overcome with guilt because I used to work retail that if I take something from, if I get my shopping buggy and I'm going around and I've decided I don't want this thing anymore, but where I need to return it is 2,000 feet away on the other side of the store, I'm that person who 90% of the time will go all the way back to that section and put it back because I just feel bad. But every once in a while, I'll I can't. I'm just going to have to leave this here. I do that every once in a while. But 90% of the time, I take it back. The thing that really gets me is the people, because like I said, I used to work retail. If you go in the dressing room and you try on clothes, that does not, as the customer, give you the right to just leave everything piled up on the floor. You don't even put it back on the hangers. You just leave it all in there and walk away. When did that become okay?
Just leaving your S piled up in the dressing room?
I go into dressing rooms. There are clothes. They're not on their hangers. They just throw them in the corner.
Oh.
They're piled up. And I'm like, certainly that's just, when did that become okay? Is it because I worked retail that I will hang my stuff back up? I will even button it back up, make sure I hang it right side out. I will put the belt back. So when I hang it back on the rack, it was just as nice as when I pulled it from the rack. I don't understand that mentality.
Now, I thought they didn't want you taking your clothes back and hanging them back up, but I always give mine to the attendant so they can do it.
They have a rack outside the dressing room where they say, please leave the things you don't want here.
Right.
But some people don't even do that. They just leave it laying on the floor in the dressing room.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I just think that's a character issue.
Whoa. Glad I said I wouldn't do that.
I don't think my mother never taught me to do that. That's just kind of like common sense. And again, the people that leave the popcorn and everything at the theater, everybody's like, that's just the way you do it. Why? Why do they have trash cans at the exit of the theater if you're just supposed to leave it there?
Now that one, to me, that's the same as a football game. I mean, you don't pick up after yourself at a football game. Why do you pick up after yourself at a movie?
But see, I do.
Yeah. I always thought
know.
they came in with a cleanup crew after the movie.
They do because people leave their stuff. And the retail clerk has to.
Well, that's why people leave their stuff.
Exactly, because if people, and the same thing in the dressing room. If you don't take it back, the retail person is just going to come and get it, and they're like, "Well, that's their job." Is their job really to do that? To pick up after your crap you left on the floor?
Clothes are different than popcorn. I couldn't leave a big pile of clothes, but I could leave
people do it.
a gummy bear package under my seat.
Well, see, everybody has different levels of what they find to be acceptable and what they think to be. Everybody has different.
As you clearly stated on this podcast, you'd roll through a 10 or few items line with 13
12.
with 13 items.
Maybe 13. I might go as high as 13.
So now it's up to 3.
I might go as high as 13, depending.
How much higher? 14?
Ooh, that's pushing it.
Okay,
See,
so
now that's pushing it.
you'd go through with 13 items.
Possibly.
So you've got grandma behind you, and she's got her 10 items.
How about that?
And you're up here sucking up all her time.
What if you're standing in line and there's a person in front of you checking out with their 50 items? You've got one thing. Don't you think they should say, ma'am, you've only got one thing. Would you like to go ahead of me? That's a nice thing to do.
I do that all the time.
I know. People
All
should
the
do
time
that.
I do that. If I see somebody that's got one thing and I got a cart full, I say, hey, come on, man. You just go ahead. I'm going to be here a while. And usually they'll say, oh, okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I always do that.
Good.
See, I'm a better
You're a good person.
I'm a better person.
Except when you crack the window and cause my inner ear distress.
Oh, yeah. And you're in your NASA spacesuit. All right, babe. What else we got? Oh, we got... Wow.
Yeah, well, you were talking so much, I had to stop you.
Wow.
I had to
Okay,
stop
well,
you at
hey.
one point. Well, look at the time, babe.
Hey, I know I'm the co-pilot here. You keep
brought-
talking.
You brought
keep
the,
talking.
No, you brought the content
I'm done.
today.
No, I'm done.
You brought the content, and I love you for
Done.
it.
Your podcast. You know how when a pilot and co-pilot, they're about to land the plane, and the
And it's time
co-pilot
for the pilot
says,
to take over?
co-pilot says, your airplane, your podcast.
Babe. You're joking. Tell everybody you're joking.
Yes, I'm joking. Go ahead, babe.
Alan and I love doing this podcast for you. We really do. And we appreciate you all joining us each week, twice a week. It's just what we announced last podcast is we're going to start dropping these now on Tuesdays and Thursdays in 2020 because we were having some issues getting them out on Mondays. So from here on out, we're going to be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays until you hear otherwise from us, correct?
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Is there any other changes
It's
we
not a
need to
big
announce?
change from Mondays and Thursdays.
Well, it
but-
is. When people are like their routine used to be, hey, Monday morning, 10 a.m. Central, where's my podcast? They might think something's wrong.
Yeah.
But now be looking for that on
But
Tuesdays
for our
and
live
Thursdays.
for our live studio audience, we reserve the right to actually record on Sundays or Mondays.
Right. That just became the issue. Sunday nights were sometimes really hard. Sometimes Sunday nights are perfect and we can still do it. But it was just a matter of if you're expecting it on Monday, it's not there. We don't want to disappoint you. So now just look for it on Tuesdays and Thursdays moving forward. Cool? Another cool thing.
Roberto, okay with this?
Yeah, I asked him about it first.
Stop talking.
My producer, Robert White Cheddar. But, it is a new year, and, Alan and I, we're gearing up to start ticking some things off our bucket list and conquering some of our resolutions. But it is also the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to take your business, if you are a business owner or if you're in charge of hiring for your business, take it to the next level by hiring the right people. Now, finding qualified candidates, that can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich is going to make it easy for you. Alan has been in charge. I have never had to hire people before. Alan, that was a big part of your job for a long time. What was the most difficult part for you if you didn't have, before you had ZipRecruiter?
Finding quality candidates, getting qualified resumes, going through stacks and stacks of candidates who might not be qualified.
That's right. Going through stacks and stacks, whittling it down. Well, that's where ZipRecruiter takes care of all of that for you. They send your job out to over 100 of the web's leading job boards. But that's not where it ends with ZipRecruiter. They've got powerful matching technology. They scan thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and then invite those people to apply for your job. If they didn't see it, they don't even know to apply. ZipRecruiter makes sure that's not an oversight. And as the applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one. They spotlight the top candidates so you never miss a great match. It's so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the very first day.
And right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. SANDWICH. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
That's right. Don't do it that old-fashioned way.
That's right, babe.
Well, honey, I think I've not thoroughly, but I've digested enough of my Mexican smorgasbord. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
No, my all-you-can-eat guacamole bowl. It was all I could eat. It made myself sick.
Mhm.
And I think my lips have finally calmed down, and I'm ready to wrap this thing up.
All right, babe. This was fun. A lot of fun. We talked about flatulence. We talked about
Annoyances.
annoyances.
And you're going to reveal to me when we sign off which one of our friends you're going to call to swing with us.
And I can't believe you're not even thinking.
How are you telling me I'm not thinking?
You're just not. You're not. You're just not. But I'll tell you. We put in a phone call tonight.
I bet you're going to tell me, and I'm going to say...
Have some textual relations.
Absolutely not. And then I'm going to have to say something. I'm like, look, Alan thinks y'all are swingers.
Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you after this podcast. Next podcast, you can tell our audience either I was right or I was wrong.
But how am I going to find out if you're right or wrong if I don't ask them?
You're going to know. You already know.
You can assume
You
something.
already know.
You can assume something about somebody and be completely wrong.
Okay.
If you're our friends and you're listening to this podcast and you think Alan's talking about you, please reach out to me because I'm going to be too embarrassed to ask you.
I have thousands of friends.
Well, if that's you.
Dime. But
If that's
I know
you,
a lot of people.
Then message me. Kelly, it's me.
No. Actually, message me. It's a lecherous.
So let's have a code word. The code word is hot tub.
Ew.
Hey, Kelly, want to come join me in the hot tub? Now, people know how I feel about hot tubs. I think people are swinging in hot tubs. That's why if I would go house hunting and there was a hot tub, I'm like, I can't live here because swingers live here.
Wow.
That's just me. So that's going to be our code. And as Alan proved, he was invited into a hot tub because that's where people swing. So that's it. If you're my friend.
You sure seem to know a lot about this subject.
We did an entire podcast on it. So if you're my friend and you're ready to come clean and say, Kelly, it's me, reach out.
Come clean, huh?
That doesn't mean I'm going to swing with you.
In the
I just
hot
would
tub.
like to know.
Come clean in the hot tub.
I just want to know.
All right.
Maybe we can interview them and they can disguise their voices and they can talk like this the whole time like you do when you say
they can
stuff.
just give me like a written statement about the lifestyle and I can read it in that voice.
Oh, that'd be annoying. It's another annoying thing you do. Oh, man, the annoying things you do just keep coming to mind.
Oh, yeah. All right, babe. Well, this is fun. I love you desperately.
I love you.
Love our listeners desperately. But we'll podcast again real soon. Next week. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.